Hi, I wanted to share something with you today that I found to be truly inspirational and motivating. I'm reading a book called Start Where You Are by the author Chris Gardner. He is the man whose life story was documented in the movie Pursuit of Happiness, which starred Will Smith. If you've seen the film, it actually highlights a portion of Chris Gardner's life when he was living on the streets, homeless, with his son, and exactly what he did to get out of the situation. It's truly inspiring because it allows us to believe you can start exactly where you are, no matter where you are, and no matter how low you might think you are in your life. No matter how bad the circumstances might seem, there is always a way out. Now, the story was quite inspiring and of course had a happy ending, but it wasn't a Hollywood fairy tale. It was a true story. He shares experiences about how he got to where he is now from where he was before. And in the particular book that I'm reading of his now, it's actually his second book called Start Where You Are, he shares how we can start exactly where we are to get to where we need to be. Now, one of the parts in the book that really inspired me today is a particular name that just jumped out at me after I read his story. And I didn't even know his story, even though I know his company. I'll say the name, Ray Kroc. Do you know who that is? Some of you might know, and some of you might not. If I say McDonald's, of course, when I say McDonald's, plenty of people know what I'm talking about. You know, the fast food chain, hamburgers, Ronald McDonald. Who would have thought that the man was already 52? I had no idea until I read it in Chris Gardner's book, that he was that age when he was contemplating getting into this business. And good thing for him and for his family and for the world as far as the way business is run, he did. It's a multi-billion-dollar corporation around the world. Almost everybody knows McDonald's. It's one of the most recognizable brands in the world. Now, what really inspired me about the story of Ray Kroc is the fact that he was 52 years old and $100,000 in debt. How many of us would venture into a new business opportunity at that age with that much debt? Not many of us. Most people would go along with whatever routine we've already been in life. Now, I think it's really important to understand that he proved it doesn't matter what age you are or how much debt you have. If you have an idea and a vision in mind and pursue it wholeheartedly, you can make it. Another story that inspired me this morning was a woman who's 54 years old and actually recently entered the talent competition X Factor. A friend of mine had this video posted on her Facebook page, and when I watched it, I was floored at how phenomenal her singing voice was, and the fact that she was 54 years old. She looks absolutely fantastic. And it showed me again that it doesn't matter how old you are, as long as you have a goal in mind and you're pursuing it, you can make it. If you pursue your goals with persistence, you're consistent, you practice your craft, you can get to where you want to be. Now, I know some of you maybe haven't seen this video, so I thought that I would show you so that you can get an idea of exactly what it is I'm talking about. So take a look at it now.
The room grew still as she made her way to cheap it. She stumbled through the tears that made her blind. I spent my life pouring my life without measure into a little treasure box I thought I had found. Oh, and I'm giving back to him all the praise he brought for the cause of your alabaster box.
Now, wasn't that amazing? That was absolutely phenomenal. Who would have thought that a woman who's that age would even consider entering this competition, competing against young people in their 20s on a show like that? She blew it out of the park as far as I'm concerned. And the way I see it, Maybe before wasn't her time. Just like for you, whatever it is you have in mind, maybe years ago wasn't your time. Maybe a year ago, 2 years, 20 years ago wasn't your time. Maybe your time is now. So seize the opportunity. Use your skills, use your abilities to get to where you want to be. And like Chris Gardner says in his book, you can start exactly where you are.